Good evening, everyone. I think it's a good time to start the stream as the practice is getting over right now. So today we are hitting the streets of Monaco, which for me it's probably the most anticipated race of the season. Yeah, because it's Monaco and those cars are really fun to race here. We don't have that much drivers here, but yeah, 13 drivers. And myself as a commentator, and Miguel Soto as a race control today. And I'm really looking forward to it. So we are on the legendary Monaco street circuit, which hosted the first race in 1929, if I remember correctly, which was an idea created by Anthony Noge, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. It's the most iconic circuit in current F1 calendar, even if it's not providing the best racing. We are going to start the qualifying pretty soon. So yeah, so that's it. What I have to say. We have pretty strongly looking Josh Brooks today. Thank you, Lagil Racer, for observing, yeah, for following. And then, okay, what I was going to say is Josh Brooks is looking really strong today. He is in the practice having the fastest time of the session by 2/10 over no, sorry, by 1/10 by over Jack Oliver, which is quite surprising. And then Charles Bertrand looking also very strongly. He's pretty strong this season. 3rd place in Bahrain, 4th place in Monaco, and then 3rd place in was it Turkey? Yeah, it was Turkey, I think. Yeah, it was Turkey, and then Netherlands, which wasn't streamed. And the qualifying is starting now. We have a lot of pretty strongly looking drivers, especially Josh Brooks and Charles Bertrand. So the drivers are away. I'm gonna go on the lap on board with Jack, if he's establishing the laps. In the previous race, Jack and Jens both didn't qualify. They didn't start with qualifying because they wanted to start from the back, but this race is probably not the race you want to do that. So we will go throughout the whole lap when Jack will finish his in-lap. Alex Boltasho blocking Jack right now. Boltasho is also making his debut in the season. I mean, this season's debut, he did a couple of races in AF1, but I think season 5 was his last. If I remember correctly, I might be mistaken. And yeah, everyone is on the out lap. Yeah, it's kinda Charles' home GP. Kinda not. He's like Monegasque but living in Canada. Is it a clean lap? I have no idea. So we are currently at Tabac and then Piscine corner, which is also known as the swimming pool. This is the place where Charles Leclerc crashed last year. I'm not being mistaken. Okay, so we are starting the lap. We are on the first straight with Jack on board. So basically you want to hit the carbon sandivot quite well, almost hitting the wall. This is the business card of the Monaco, very close Armco walls. Then we are at Masnet. Then there is a fast right-hander casino, and we go to the Mirabeau Haute, which is leading to the Grand Hotel turn. Hairpin, very classic one, and then Mirabeau Bas. And we are entering the tunnel section. You really need to be very precise in that section to hit the entry to the tunnel, which is pretty long straight considering the size of the circuit. Then braking around 70 here, hitting the chicane, trying not to lose as much speed as possible in the chicane. And then we are going to piscine, which is a swimming pool or chicane. And yeah, La Rascasse, the penultimate corner, and then Antony-Noge, the last corner. And here we are. This is like everyone knows Monaco. This is pretty iconic track. So currently Jens Betsma is leading with what's his time? Wait a second. It is here. Not race. It's his time. It's 1:26.935, and only couple of milliseconds. There is Jack Oliver. It's wait a second. Did he establish faster time? Yeah, he's losing 1/10 there, but Jens is improving. Jens is currently improving, and it's on the quite fast lap. We should go through the driver's perspective, because it's interesting how little the driver sees in this car. I would say in every car, it's Monaco. It's, you know, hard sometimes to see everything. It's a very, very narrow track. So we are hitting the Saint-Devote. No heroics into Saint-Devote. Yeah, this meme is going to appear at some point. Nice and easy with a car jumping on the bumps. You need to really feel where to brake, not to collide with those walls. On a millimeters, just, you know, doing it perfectly. Kinda locking up in this Grand Hotel section. And then entering the tunnel. Yeah, quite smoothly. Let's see how he's going to do the chicane. Yeah, he did it quite well for the Nouvelle chicane. And yeah, let's see if he's going to keep it under control. Not really, locking up, almost hitting the wall, but managing to do it quite nicely. I think he didn't lose that much there, but we will see. Yeah, already 2/10 faster than his previous time, so let's see how it's gonna be now. Yeah, I think he improved. Let's not times, sectors. Is it gaps? Yeah, it's still 2 times over Jack. Josh Brooks. Let's see. Josh is improving by 4 times in the first sector. Josh is looking really, really strong today. It's amazing to see him being so alive and saying that this is the greatest chance he has on the circuit. But right now he's quite behind 6/10 from the pole time, which is achieved by Charles Bertrand, which is already faster by 3/10 over Jens. So those two are just really wanting to prove themselves. I mean, Charles and Josh. Yeah, Vivos, like, he is from Monaco, but he's living in Canada, so you know, it's not quite 100%. Like, you know, it's kind of like when you have a nationality from one country, but you like live your whole life in another country. It's kind of like you are from that country, but kind of like not. You know what I mean. But he is racing under the Monegasque flag, so we can say it's his home Grand Prix. I think Arda is trying to join now, and he doesn't have the circuit downloaded. It's still 7 seconds to go. Charles Bertrand doing quite impressive lap. 125.9. But I think you can go faster. I think you can go like 2 times faster. I think it was something like that in the practice session. So yeah, Josh told me catch the pole time on stream. It will be hard, but it might be it. It might be that time we just saw. It seems to be pretty speedy. Charles is trying to prove himself. Okay, let's go through the sectors. So we will see who is improving. And Bonnevane is improving slightly by 52 milliseconds. But improvement is an improvement, right? Maybe with a drone camera following him to that narrow section. Yeah, 2/10 here. So nice Jack. Almost getting into his way, but he teleported quite nicely without destroying Bonnevane's lap time match, hitting the Anthony Noge corner, and then we are... Yeah, Bonnevane achieving second time right now. Almost 5/10 of improvement. This is good. This is looking quite strongly for him. 5 minutes to go. So they are going with the lap times less and less. G is in the pit lane. He probably crashed somewhere. Juan Manuel Gutierrez is not looking good. Quite good yet. 5 seconds to the pole time. It feels like I'm watching myself. Alex Boltashu going over on Piscine. Josh Brooks, 2/10 of improvement. This is good. This is quite good. And Josh Brooks is P2, 1/10 over Bonnevane. As you can see, those guys are battling. Bertrand is leading, and Bertrand is not improving right now, losing less than 1/10 in the first sector, which is not bad. You can find a lot of time in, you know, maybe not a lot of time, but you know, like when you lose in the first sector, there is always second, and this is not the way how you look for the time, Charles. Josh Brooks did 0-0. Oh, he did the same exact first sector. He did a perfect first sector, but probably he's losing in the second sector. But he's looking really, really strong. Charbetron is not improving by 2 seconds because he cut that lap. We are catching something really interesting today. Josh Brooks achieving perfect time, and he's going 23 milliseconds faster than before. We're into the piscine corner. Nice and easy, quite smoothly. And you know, only 2 corners to go. Just don't look up that much. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Is he going to get the fastest time? No, he is not, but he is improving quite nicely. Let's see how big the difference is. No, the compact, relative. No, relative. Sorry, sectors. No gaps. Yeah, 64 milliseconds, and Josh is spinning right now. It is so close to getting the pole time right now. 3 minutes to go, so we might see 2 laps from those drivers. Let's see who is on the hot lap. Charbetron right now. 2/10 of improvement. He got 3/10 in the second sector. I don't think he cut that corner, so it should be a valid time. He is still going faster and faster. He lost just 2/10 in the first sector, but then he got much more time in the second one. Now, on the third sector, is he going to improve? I think just slightly, but he will improve. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. This is nowhere close to... Yeah. Are we on sectors? We are on sectors. So Josh Brooks on the out lap, getting into the traffic. It's gonna be a quite crucial thing avoiding traffic. There is Ben Hayes in front of him. His ex-teammate from AF3. Let's see if his fellow Brit friend won't, won't destroy his lap time or not. But Josh probably will try to keep as perfect gap as possible, not to run into Ben in a very crucial corner. This is looking good. Yeah, very, very close times. This is perfect. Also, hello, Fonseca. It's good to see some of you. It's like 5 people here, but I'm enjoying. And Jack Oliver is improving. 1/10 here. Sorry, we'll try. Still 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go, so we might see it being nice and interesting battle. Jack is really known to push as much as possible, and he is really doing that. 4 tenths of improvement. Jack is going for that pole position, locking up in the pissing corner. Not really good. Locking up again. He's really pushing that car over the limit. He wants that pole time. I'm really saying him just doing everything he can to get it. Will he get it? No, he didn't. It's an invalid lap time, I guess. It's an invalid lap time. So Shabbatron currently leading. I don't think he is improving, but we will go with Josh Brooks on onboard. He's pretty close for 43 milliseconds behind. Just 400s. This is incredible. Losing 3 times here. It's probably not going to be the pole time. He's not getting the pole. Is anyone here looking quite strongly? I don't think so. So yeah, I got the pole time, which was achieved a couple of laps ago. Josh so close. So top 3 is looking quite different than what we see usually. Sharpetron on P1, then Josh Brooks on P2, Bonnevane on P3, Jens on P4. Jack Oliver still going for his lap, but he is not improving, losing 9 tenths here. I don't know if Jack is sandbagging or he is really struggling right now, and he probably didn't practice. He's just counting that he will do somewhat good in the lap. Filmster, 8 tenths of improvement right now. Let's go with Filmster on board. Let's see from his perspective. Logging up, not hitting the wall right now. Very good stuff from him. Larascas. And we go to the last corner. Let's see where Filmster will put himself. Is he going to be around top 4? Yeah! Top 5, yeah! He did it! He's faster than Matti Leiberg. That's good. That's good stuff from Filmster. From P8 to P5. Good job. Let's see. Okay, so we are in the next session incoming. I have a map of Monaco circuit in front of me, not to butcher any corners, but also the game is telling me what the corner is, if you don't, if you didn't notice. And yeah, we are going to start it soon. So I know that there is not much of you many of you on the stream watching right now, but I have a question. Who's going to win? Who are you betting on? I think Bertrand is looking quite strong. There is Brooks behind, and I know that Charles is determined to win it as much as Josh is. Although you have Bonnevane behind you, you have Jens behind you, you have Jack Oliver behind you, you have Jack Filmster behind you. Matti Leiberg, he proved himself that he can be on podium. So you never know. You have Alex Boltasho in P8 who can dive. No, not really. Not, quoting Josh shitting on anyone, but like someone can try to be heroic in Sunday, but you never know. Like we have pretty solid drivers. Like most of those are like top 10 drivers in every race. So we have them together, and we are going to see a good spectacle. Those cars are much smaller than F1 cars. They are much more agile, I think, than F1 cars. We've seen like normal series that you can actually do it. You can actually overtake a Monaco circuit. And I think Charbatron is going to prove that you can also defend quite hard in this circuit. He likes that circuit. It's kind of his home race. There's also Josh behind, who is counting on that win more than anything else. This is good. Jag and the Ants, they are pretty solid on points, I think. Yeah, Jag is leading 20 points over Charles, but it might change if Charles gonna win it. And then the Ants is leading by almost 30 points, so yeah. So that's the thing. I will be back in a second. And then we're gonna enjoy the spectacle. So, just keep waiting 3 minutes to start the race. Yes, I noticed Jack disconnecting and connecting right now. Don't worry, I didn't miss it. I was just... Oh, I'll be back in 10 seconds more. Yeah. Yep, I am back. I have water, I have Coca-Cola, so yeah, we can fully enjoy that race. It's gonna be so good. 1 minute to go. How are you feeling today, guys? Because I'm feeling awesome, knowing that, something fantastic gonna happen. Okay, I think I should do this. So Charbatron leading, Josh Brooks behind him, Bonnevane, Jens Betsma, Jack Oliver, Jake Fimster, Matt Leibach, Alex Bolta, Shubiarn Prine, Philip Bauer, Ben Hayes, Juan Manuel Gutierrez, G750, Daniel Ricciardo, and Miguel Soto as a race control. This is going to be something else. I really guarantee you that. Oh, engine starting up right now. Absolutely beautiful. One light, two lights, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's start the show. A Charbatron is leading. Josh Brooks behind. Here's Betsma looking quite strongly, going side by side with Jack Oliver. Charbatron leading right now. Josh Brooks behind him. Bonnevane still on P3. There are two cars fighting. I think there was some collision behind, but there is not any safety car coming right now. Shabbatron defending quite hard from Josh Brooks. Let's go with every camera. Shabbatron is still on the lead. Bonnevein right behind him. Jack Oliver in P5. He is not making any overtakes. Alex Boldash following up behind Ben Hayes. Yeah, Matty Leibek P7. Jack Filmster lost one position. He's P6, I think. Yeah. Josh Brooks is still P2. Don't look at the P3 number on the screen. Oh, this is so good. Just trying to catch Charles. This is pretty short circuit, so you might see a lot. There's already G750. Quite long way to go. I think this is his car for seconds. Right? Yeah, he is. He's struggling so much right now. I think, no, it's not. Oh, it's Arda. It's Arda so much behind. He's starting from the pit lane, I think. He's counting on the safety car. Jens Betsma jumping on those bumps, going for a move on Bonnevein in just few corners, I think. It's going to be intense. There's one DRS zone on the starting straight. And then there's Jag Oliver, also looking for a place to overtake Jag. I think it's a corner where you can do it. Oh! Ben Hayes and Alex Boltes are colliding and being absolutely annihilated from the track. This is crazy. I'm glad I clicked on them. Josh Brooks 6 times behind Shabbatron. Jens and Jack 5 times away from each other. I mean, Jens from Bonnevein and then Jack behind Jens 5 times. They are very, very close. It is looking like a battle for P3 and P1 will be the main topic of it. What the hell was that with Alex and Ben? This is going to be so much dicey, but I think there will be at least one safety car, maybe not in this phase, but this is a short track, everything can happen. And Jack Oliver is right behind Jens. Is DRS able? I don't know. Let's see. No, not yet. Oh, Jens hitting the wall, losing a lot of speed. Jack Oliver is right behind him, going to the inside line. Jens blocking. Oh, and they touch. Jack Oliver is crashing to the arm on his left, but he kept going. This is, I think he's got some damage, but he will keep going anyway. This is not as like painful as in F1 game, I guess. So he will be able to continue even with the damage. This car probably should be going well. But that wasn't a good move from Jens, I think. Josh Brooks, in the meantime, is going for his best result in a while. Chasing Shabbatron. And he's quite determined to do that. Losing a bit of momentum in the chicane, I think. Oh, touching the wall. This is going to be a very often theme in this race. Touching the wall and trying to control the car, trying to control the damage. As we go with Juan Manuel Gutierrez struggling a bit with the car control, chasing Philip Bauer in the piscine section. Yeah, this is not right spot to do an overtake, I think, Juan. So you need to wait until the main straight, maybe trying to get the momentum. Is the DRS working? I don't know. Maybe he's not in the zone. I don't know. Oh, Juan going straight into the wall. Oh, drama, absolute drama on the streets of Monaco. He must be absolutely furious. Quoting Murray Walker. That's something I was expecting. Juan missed his breaking point. Arda disconnected from the server. Alex Boltashu into the wall. Josh Brooks chasing Charbatron right now. Yeah, let's go with this camera. Bonnevane losing control over the car. He's parked in the opposite direction in the chicane. Oh, he managed to escape that right away. Charbatron or Josh Brooks, who gonna have a shot for a title? Let's not for a title, but like for a win. Charles might have a shot for a title if Jack and Jens gonna struggle and they might collide or something. Juan again into the wall. Oh my god, Juan, what are you doing? What are you doing, Juan? You missed the breaking point again. Josh is much closer to Charbatron than it was expected before. 6/10 right now. He's still chasing him. They will be pretty tough on tires. They are all going on options. There is no strategy being involved here. A different strategy, I mean. There is some strategy, I guess, but... Oh... He's still on his tail. Still right behind him in the tunnel section. He's looking quite comfortable in his P2 Sport and just waiting for Charles making a mistake, which is not happening. And then you can see Jens Betsma behind. This is not like you can, you know, escape easily from those. One mistake, hitting the wall, and it's over. Charbatron is making mistakes, losing 1/10 here, 1/10 there, and you can see Josh is still on his tail. There is DRS. We are seeing that battle, which probably will last until the end of the race. I hope so. I hope that they won't touch the wall. 45 laps here. Still 39 laps to go. This is absolutely fantastic. I mean, you know, it's Monaco, and you can say, oh no, you know, overtaking Monaco, no action. But seeing those drivers just trying to be so perfect, you know, like trying not to make any mistakes, trying to finish the race. If you finish Monaco, you are good. You cannot say Ben Hayes might be 17 seconds behind, but if he will finish this race, come on, this is an achievement. This is pretty tough physically race. You can say, oh, it's just a sim racing. How can it be tough physically? But if you need to, you know, like operating in such small window of, you know, like corner after corner, you really need to be, you know, like prepared for that. A lot of like very fast steering wheel movements, a lot of fast corners, a lot of like thinking how can you know, perfect the corner, hit the apex correctly, not hit the wall, you know, like it's quite tough to do. And if you will manage to do it for 45 laps, like 45 perfect laps, not hitting the wall, because you know you can do one fast lap, but if you're gonna hit the wall every other lap, is that one lap really matter? No, I don't think so. Because one mistake here and you can lose a lot of momentum. It is not looking like there will be a safety car though. The gaps are quite comfortably big to do any evasive actions. They have 13 drivers. Charbatron still leading, but Josh is not giving up. Although Jens Betsma is reducing his gap, I think 1 or 2 times. By 1 or 2 times. Josh Brooks right now still chasing Charbatron. Charbatron seems to be very focused in this section, struggling a bit, but you know, trying to do everything he can. But Josh has found a better exit in the whole after Nouvelle Chicane section, and he's on the La Rascasse right now. pretty close to Charbertrand. DRS will be involved. It is. Sorry for me switching the camera. I wanted to have the correct one. So yeah, Josh Brooks 2 times behind Charbertrand. This is going to be the main motif of the race, main battle. This is absolutely good. Yeah, Josh is fast today. He is pretty fast today. He's speedy, although he has Betsma, as you can see, 2.2. Those two are battling. He's just closing by. He's right behind him. He was 3 seconds. He's now 2 seconds behind. It's absolutely amazing. The gap between Charles and Josh is still the same, although Jens is closer. It's 2.3, not 2.9 as it was before, but Jens locking up, almost hitting the wall, losing vital time, I think. Although I think Josh and Charbertrand battling, they are also struggling. So you can see how much they are like focused on winning this race. Jens also has a shot for it. Like he's P3, okay, 2.4 seconds, but you know, one mistake from Charles, one mistake from Josh. Like this is Monaco. It's not like you can go to any runoff if you make a mistake. If you do a mistake, you take somebody else with you. That's the thing. Charbertrand currently leading, although Josh is 2 times behind. Is he going for a move? Not yet, not yet. This is not the place to do it. Although Josh will be sticking his nose as much as possible, making a pressure on Charbertrand, trying to overtake him. Round hotel section, not quite yet, although it is quite good overtake spot. I think Josh will try to be as closer as possible and then using DRS zone as his advantage. Oh, don't spin here. It's good, it's good. It's 4 tenths, but it's better than 6 tenths. Charbertrand tend to be more speedy in this section, but is also taking more risk. And if you take more risk, as you can see, he's looking up. There's a high chance that you can lose some vital time, although the gap is still reduced to 6 tenths, as you can see. So Josh is losing 2 tenths in this section. He's right behind Charbertrand, going through the piscine chicane. Not quite yet place for a move, but Josh will be trying to stay in the DRS and maybe make a move on the Saint-Devote. The DRS is involved. Josh Brooks 4 tenths, 3 tenths right now. Breaking nice and easy. Charbertrand is losing the rear. Josh Brooks is right behind him. Side by side, and they collide. Josh Brooks is killing Charbertrand. Charbertrand losing so much time. Jens Betsma is right behind him right now. But he is also struggling. Josh Brooks is leading, although I think this incident was his fault. But there's so difficult to speak about leaving the sufficient gap in the streets of Monaco. This is like barely 1 car's gap, and yes, Betsma is also losing a ring right now. Jack Oliver 4 seconds behind him. He might reduce this time. Juan Manuel Gutierrez is stuck. He is stuck. Where it is chicane, Nouvelle chicane. He's making a lot of smoke. Juan, don't do it. They are just approaching that section. It is, as you can see, very difficult to see if you just make a lot of smoke. Drama, this is absolute drama. And we are hitting the walls on the streets of Monaco pretty tough. Charbertrand right now, he is not giving up. He needs to be at least 5 seconds behind Josh. Because if Josh gonna get the penalty for that, Charbertrand is going to win. Although you want to win on the track, not by penalties. You always want to. But Jens Betsma is in the DRS, I think. Yes, it is. So that collision between Josh and Charles is making the job easier for both Jack and Jens. I think, yeah, for Jens much more than for Jack. And let's see if there's any fight at the back. Bonnevin dropped quite hard. Yeah, dropped to P9, sadly. he had a very good qualifying, but he dropped to P9 and he is now right now chasing a car. Is it because he used any pit stop? I don't think the pit stops were involved. Yeah, but Bonnevain lost 6 positions. Ben Hayes and Alex did a pit stop due to the collision, and Juan obviously. Let's see the intervals. Jens Betsma will be overtaken, so I shouldn't. Oh, G750 is involved into slowing down Charles Bertrand, so now Jens Betsma is really strongly looking for that P2. This is it. You don't want to miss any overtake in Monaco, as there is not plenty of them. Jens locking up. He is not a perfect driver on the circuit right now. He is making mistakes. He is trying to sneak in, but Charles Bertrand is defending quite hard. Charles Bertrand is not giving up. Charles Bertrand is still trying to go for that sweet P1, although he is losing 3 seconds to Josh Brooks. This is absolutely fantastic, as Bonnevain is almost rear-ending Philip Bauer. Oh, hitting the wall right now. This is something beautiful, as yeah, Philip Bauer looking up, Bonnevain just yeeting the chicane. This is it. This is drama. Side by side, Jens Betsma and Charles Bertrand going to Grand Hotel. Jens Betsma has a better traction. Yeah, he's better better position, better line. Charles Bertrand might be falling to P3 again. Although Jens Betsma is right now looking to win it. But as I said before, he's tending to make mistakes. He's looking up. Charles is looking up right now, but Jens is also looking up a lot in this, at least in this first phase of the race. He's, hitting the wall from time to time, so it's not like it is sealed. Not yet. Although, if those two are battling, Jens needs to think how he should slow down Charles. He's slowing down himself too. And then George is leading, and he's making this lead bigger and bigger, although Charles is still in the DRS. Bonnevain, though, chasing Bjarne Prine. And there's somebody going straight, I think, looking up. I think it's Alex Boltashu. No, it wasn't Alex Boltashu, it was G750. Was it? It might be, yeah. Juan disconnected from the server, possibly a rage quit. And so you see, I was quite tamed in the Turkish Grand Prix commentary. And you can say, oh, it's Monaco, it's boring, you don't do overtakes. Come on. Just keep it real, man. Keep it real. This is so good. It's Bonnevain is chasing still. Bjarne Prine. Bonnevain trying to recover as many positions as possible, but that P3 is not in the reach of his hand right now. Oh, locking up, but still keeping it to the Grand Hotel section. This is probably one of the very little overtake opportunities, and Jens Betsma is making a mistake! Jens Betsma is making a mistake. He is spinning in the very vital section after the Nouvelle chicane. And Jack Oliver right now is behind Charles Bertrand, who is pitting. He is trying to take the opportunity. Jack might have been struggling on those tires. He's 7 seconds behind Josh. Josh is leading. Charles Bertrand still in the pit lane. Jens Betsma going to the pit lane too. I don't think I think just Jens make his mistake on his own, and it wasn't caused by Jack Oliver. Jack was pretty far behind. Josh Brooks leading the Grand Prix right now. This is something incredibly, amazing to see. River Racing in P1 leading the race. But hold your horses. We still have 31 laps to go, so a lot can happen. Josh needs to make his lead as big as possible, although Alex Boltashu almost went into his way, almost, block the apex. Hopefully, Alex will recover soon. And Charbatron, after a pit stop on the first tires behind Jake Fimster. Jake Fimster is Forrest Gump of this race. He's like, you know, he's a Forrest Gump of most of the races. He's like, you know, doing his job, his stuff, and then at some point he just appears in a podium positions. I'm not saying he is in the podium position. He needs still to do a pit stop and so on. But, you know, he is always at some point of the race near the top 5 or in top 5, which is good. Although Charbatron is looking for a chance to overtake him, it is not quite easily done. Fimster losing a rear, maybe overtaking. Yeah, Charles knows what can happen if he will try to go for a move in the section, so he is letting Fimster go. He's thinking probably maybe Fimster should make a mistake and then I will go. I don't want to be collected. I don't want to be you know, put into the wall. I want to have as much clean and smooth line as possible. I don't want to make any vital mistake. This is costing me a win right now, and I don't want another incident as I had with Josh Brooks. This is probably what is going on through his head as Jake Fimster is losing a rear. There's also Philip Bauer there, but I'm not switching there because this is the battle for a podium. Fimster will be defending. Fimster will be there. Charbatron braking quite early because he wants to see Fimster making a mistake. He wants him braking later than possible. Josh Brooks is in the pit lane, I think. Charbatron almost rear-ending Jake Fimster. Don't worry, I am following that. And we go through the piscine chicane. Yeah, I guarantee you, somebody will make a clip of it and I will be like, pissing. I'm trying to say piscine. I don't know if it's, you know, but yeah, somebody will do it. And then there's Charbatron right behind Fimster. Fimster touching a wall quite slightly, you know, it's not that much, but you know, you just go there. Oh, you jump so much on those bumps. Bonnevain is in the pit lane. Yeah, he is. Josh Brooks in P2 right now, behind Oliver, as expected, and Charbatron side by side with Fimster. Fimster, oh, they touch! They touch! I think it's on Bertrand. Although Fimster lost the control, Charbatron also hit the wall, they collected. Oh no, and then there's Jens Betsma behind. Fimster, I'm sorry. I really wanted to see that battle coming for much longer, and then you are on P5. Sorry for cursing you, probably. Sorry, Jake. But yeah, there's Jens Betsma, and Charbatron is looking quite slow in this section. Is he making any mistake? 2 seconds right now behind Charles. But Charles is really looking like he's struggling. Jens is faster and faster. And I can see the strategy being option. And probably they will go for another set of options. There is no way that you can do it, you know, until the end of the race if they done 15 laps on those. They beat it. Nobody is using primes. Options are much faster, I think. Philip Bauer behind Bjorn the Prime. It's good. Yeah, maybe not on Charles. Yeah, I mean, you know, Togwa, it looked like Fimster was losing control of a car. I think it's a racing incident though. Yeah, like Fimster looked like he's losing the control over the car, and Charles was like trying to react. He hit the wall quite slightly, I think, and the physics just, you know, bumped him back, and he took Fimster out. I don't think it will be a penalty, and I don't think Fimster will report that, but we're gonna see as we follow Bauer quite close behind the prime. Is Bauer making was he in the pit lane? I don't think. No. I don't think he's going to do one stopper, no stopper, I mean. But as Ben Yeager said once, he does like unconventional strategies. 5 times behind. So how do you enjoy the Grand Prix right now? I'm asking all of you here. I hope that I will get any responses. Oh, looking up quite a bit. Ooh. I always get like goosebumps when I see people so close to the wall. Like myself, this is why I'm losing so much time, because I'm, you know, like I'm not pushing over the limit or like near the limit. I am always thinking, oh no, you're gonna crash. I'm like always scared, especially in the street circuits. You need to have really tough balls to do it. Like on the normal circuits, okay, you can just push. You make a mistake, you go into a runoff. But here you really need to touch those walls, like not literally, but like almost, you know, like on millimeters. And being so smooth here, no throttle, nothing. And yeah, Oliver still leading without any pit stop. Yeah. I am Charles fanboy myself, so it's... But oh, Bauer sliding a bit. You know, I am... Oh yes, Besma is spun and he's teleported to the pit lane! And he's DNF'd! What? What? What is going on? That was unexpected! That was really unexpected! Now Jake Filmster is 20 seconds behind Charles Bertrand. What happened? Matti Leiberg! P5 right now. 7 tenths behind Filmster. They are battling for P4. Maybe for P3 if something will happen to top 3. I don't think Jack will manage to... Yeah, he will be probably P3. I don't know if pit stop is around 25 seconds. Yeah, but this is intense. Jack is trying to maximize those tires, but I can see him making a mistake. He's, yeah, like, don't get me wrong, he's an amazing driver. He's one of the best AC drivers probably. But as you can see, like, if you will try to push as much as possible on quite not working tires, you can make some mistakes. Come on, G, you are in the points. You are P12. 2 minutes 27 seconds behind. Let's show G for a while. Yeah, it's G. Although we are coming back to Bonnevein, who is spinning. I wanted to show the battle between Bauer and Bonnevein, but Bonnevein spun and he's driving backwards to avoid. The curse is quite strong. Bonnevein, don't do it. Oh, this is... Okay, I think, yeah, it's clean. Hayes is far behind. Hayes is behind Oliver. Just Ben, you know, try not to collect Jack. That would be a shame if it happened. And Liebeck and Filmster, they are having their personal battle. Yeah, but coming back to the topic, yeah, I'm really thinking Charles still has any chance to be close to the win. Although, as you can see, Jack is still managing to pull away. Oh, I almost thought that Charles gonna... Like, just gonna spin. And I heard somebody spinning. It's Alex in the pit lane. Bonnevein going quite slowly. Matti Leiberg behind Filmster right now. As you can see how much they are struggling, and they are not on the fresh tires, right? Or they are? No, they are not. So Jack Oliver yet to pit, Filmster yet to pit, Layback yet to pit, Bauer looking quite nicely because he's, I think, behind them. He's in the pit lane right now. No, I don't think he has any shot for a top 4. Filmster is making the advantage for top 3 right now bigger and bigger because he is blocking. And you can see Boltasio making a mistake, but he was blocking Matti Leibach quite much, and that probably forced Matti to make a mistake. Philip Bauer, 1 second behind. Evil Bauer will be like box, yeah, exactly. Evil Bauer will be like, I don't like tough races. Yeah, he likes to be challenged. He likes to be pushing as much as he can. And you know, it's his second season, I think, and he already managed to prove himself to be, let's say, top 15 driver. You know, like he's right there. He's in the points. He's somewhere there. He's getting maybe top 10 driver. Yeah, he's quite nicely, and Bonnevein is right behind him. This is a battle for P6, Prime Bauer, Bonnevein. Let's see how Bonnevein gonna find comfy spot there. Oh, this is not how you're going to overtake here. This is almost taking out Bauer. Matti Leibach slowing down. What happened, Matti? Matti Leibach falling in the order. Jack Oliver in the pit lane. Gonna monitor that. Oh, those 3 are fighting. Let's look at Oliver. Oliver still behind. Let's see. Not quitting yet. Sorry, I'll be switching because Oliver is also important for that race. But he will be in front of Filmster. There is no way. Yeah, he is. 8 seconds behind Bertrand. Bertrand 5 seconds behind Brooks. Josh is driving like... He's under... Oh, Bonnevein looking up. Bonnevein looking up right now. Trying to stick his nose, and he is collecting Bauer right now. And he hits Layback. This is shamble. Almost a safety car being deployed now. Almost 3 cars colliding. What is going on? Bonnevein, you don't overtake in this place. You don't do it in this fashion. Poor Bauer. Poor Bauer. This is absolutely dramatic, but yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing in you know, in some way, like in a, you know, like usual amazing meaning. Like, I mean, like first amazing meaning, then it was changed to like, oh, it's fantastic, but amazing, it's like shocking. In its basic meaning, which was probably used like by Mario Walker saying, oh, it's amazing. It's not saying that like crashing is amazing, but it's like, you know, like it's shocking, like it's thrilling. But yeah, coming back to Bonnevein, hitting a wall again, losing the control of a car, Layback behind him. That's the thing. We almost achieved the safety car at the half of the race, so it's still possible to go. Jag Olivier P3, 8 seconds behind. But what am I gonna say? George Brooks is under incredible pressure. He knows he needs to win that race to prove that he is still there, that he is still having some, you know, some skill, some talent, you know, like you can hear him being so much excited about him coming back to AF1, doing races and so on. He really, you know, if he gonna win that race, it will be probably the first race won by him from, if I'm not being mistaken, Nola race from AF3 S7, where he lost that win because he got a penalty. And if he is gonna keep that over 5 seconds window, because that was like questionable incident between him and Bertrand, if he's gonna get a penalty for that, it needs to be, you know, like over 5 seconds. He really needs to be there. No DRS, okay. I thought he might use it. Under the lap cars, I don't know. Bonnevein behind Bjarne Prine. So we don't have currently Jens Betsma. He DNF'd after spinning, probably a rage quit, I don't know. Juan Manuel Gutierrez hitting the wall quite often, blocking in the Nouvelle chicane. He DNF'd, possibly a rage quit. Daniel Ricciardo, possibly internet connection. Bjarne Prine cutting the chicane. Chicane, and then there's Bonnevein behind. Also locking up a little bit, jumping on the curb. You can see the flexible rear wing. The whole car is just jumping, locking up right behind him. Who said you cannot overtake in Monaco? You can, you just need to be patient. This is, you know, the thing. Side by side, side by side. Bonnevein was extending his line through the pit lane, out pit lane, I think. Yeah, there was a pit lane in the 60s, I think. And he made a move. Jack Olivier overtaking Bertrand, because Bertrand is making another pit stop. Yeah, those tires aren't going to last. This race is quite long, 45 laps. I think normal race is like 70 something, right? How do you enjoy the race, guys? How is it? 4 viewers. Come on, what happened to the viewers? I know that there's Easters and so on, but they are. Next time I'm just gonna go with everyone. Like, we are losing so much fun right now. I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it pretty much. Come on. You see those drivers, you know, like, you probably will see the fatigue coming on. Like, they will be fatigued. They will be tired. You probably won't see it on the virtual driver, but you know, like, you sit on your chair, you are sweating, you are trying to do those corners perfectly. It's not like, you know, like, every track requires you to be so perfect, especially when you are under the pressure of winning a race. But Bonnevein and Prine switching positions side by side, going to the Grand Hotel. Not yet. Bonnevein kinda losing area, which is a common theme for that track. You accelerate too much, the rear is just going off. And there's Matti Leibjak behind him. This is a freeway fight. That's good. That's entertaining. It reminds me of Frentzen, Erwin, and somebody else in Monaco 1996. I enjoyed that race. Like, I watched it probably 2 or 3 times already. And probably I will watch it more. It's, you can say, oh, Monaco, but it's like Monaco in the rain. People are crashing. People are just DNFing. This, you know, like, this race can look like Monaco 96. Or Bjarne Prine taking the defensive line, which was also a slower line. As you can see, Matti Leibjak is thinking, okay, he will try to defend, but I will try to brake normally, take the curb, as much as possible. Matti is not a fool. He knows where to place the car. Sometimes he makes mistakes, but he knows. He knows that you need to predict the moves. Like, why should you go from the outside line? You just, you know, be careful and you hit the inside normally. And he done that. And now he is still less than a second behind Bjarne Prine. Bjarne is pretty solid driver also. He established himself as a capable driver recently. He did some AF4 races. So I'm really looking forward. Yeah, Ballard died and this is bad. I'm also recovering myself from it, Philip, don't worry. You know what? I'm gonna do something. Chatbox is back, I think. Should be. Yeah, I'm gonna test it. Yeah, it's working. It's working, man, perfectly. So Matti Leibig is chasing Bjarne Prine right now. 4/10 Grand section. Yeah, so yeah, I just switched that off because, you know, because what I was going to say, because of the meme race, we needed some place there. I think Boltash was insulting people. Him and Napelli, I think. But yeah, Matti Leibig, 5 times behind. It might be one of my best streams. I don't want to praise myself, but you know, like, I'm able to keep the topic going on. I am screaming again. I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, maybe not this phase of the race. Bonnevein in the pit lane? Yeah, it is. Matti Leibig trying to find a way on Bjarne Prine. He knows the Bjarne's line, so he's gonna try to use it as for his advantage, basically. You know, like when you know the line the driver in front of you is taken, you maybe can try to find another line. It is hard to find another line in Monaco, but you know what I mean. Like, if you will try to sneak your nose where you shouldn't, but you don't try to crash, but you try to provoke the other driver to, you know, make a mistake, they will probably make a mistake. So sometimes you need to be like aggressive, but not trying to make a move. And the driver in front of you, he will just go off. He will just crush the wall or something. This is creating a pressure. Jack Olivier is P2, but he is not pitting yet. 15 laps to go. He might try to pit in next 2 laps, because he looks quite comfy and have much fresher tires. Bertrand, I think, managed to do unnecessarily early pit stop, although he might have a damage and he needed to fix that. This is good. I enjoy it so much. Although, as I said before, we are getting to the phase of the race which is not providing much of an entertainment. Although Josh Brooks in the pit lane, yes. Jack Olivier leading right now. Although, as you can see, he is in the front of 2 drivers battling. Don't you think it might end badly? It might. All those nicknames under the... Yeah. track, so we can see Bauer and Laybeck fighting. But I will focus on Jack right now because he is, as you can see, being slowed down by the traffic. And as you can see, Brooks, after the pit stop, is right behind Charles. This is what I was saying. This battle is not sealed yet. Yeah, Olivier is being slowed down. Bertrand fighting. It's 8 seconds now. If Bertrand is managing those tires well, and he's not aiming for another pit stop, we might see. Oh, and Bjarne Prime is the only. No, Bauer 2 and Laybeck, they are on the primes. I think they are risking, although we might see it being, you know, a good strategy, and in the end of the race, you never know. Although I think softer compounds from Monaco are much more, you know, satisfying for the pace. Bertrand still behind Josh Brooks. Laybeck still behind Prine. Oh, Bertrand losing the control but regaining it quite quickly as Brooks is still trying to make a perfect escape, although he's locking up. And this is it. Charles Bertrand is creating a pressure on Josh Brooks. He is forcing him to make a mistake. He wants him to not be there where he is. And that mythical 5-second gap, it doesn't exist right now. You never know if the penalty gonna change it. Jack Olivier, although he's not escaping as quickly as he thought he might be. Almost 9 seconds, but you know, one car there and then, oh, it's over 9 seconds right now. One car slowing you and you lose 3 seconds. And we know that some back markers are just not making it easy. Bonnevein crashing. Charles Bertrand is going. Oh, George Brooks taking an, you know, like very cautious line. So Bertrand is using it as he is behind him and he can, you know, use that on his advantage. If you are behind and you see a car spinning in front of you, you have much more time than the car in front of you, you know. Yeah, I'm turning into Will Buxton saying, you know, if you qualify first, you have 90 cars behind you. But as you can see, Jack Olivier is right there. They managed to close the gap. The strategy is not working for Jack because the back markers are slowing him up and he's locking up. He's right now defending from George. This is so intense. Charles Bertrand trying to sneak in, make it. Oh, hitting the rear of Josh Brooks, but not yet. George is keeping the line. This is amazing. Like, honestly, the best race of the season. I'm so happy that I'm streaming it. I didn't feel that much emotions the first race. In the second one, in the third one with Mati, it was quite good, but you know, we weren't like screaming that much. And we have a car in front. Actually, 2 cars, and they are battling because it's Bauer. No, it's Bauer and it's not. It's not battling. But there's G750, so we have a procession of 3 cars, and it might influence the podium. You never know what Bauer is going to do. Jack Olivier is probably saying, Philip, move out of the way. G is going to the pit lane. He's probably doing it also to make the battle, you know, last longer and not being blamed. But he is allowing Josh Brooks to stay much closer than Charles Bertrand. Charles Bertrand is counting on Josh Brooks making a mistake or just, you know, like colliding with Jack Olivier. Charles Bertrand is still in a place of winning this race. This is so intense, so good. I know that Brown Pride is fighting with Laybeck and Filmstyle is spinning. Oh, but this battle is going to be, you know, streamed right now because this is so good. This is so intense. Why Jens DNF'd? Jens spun a couple of times, looked up a couple of times, and he disconnected. I don't know if it's a rage quit or his internet crashed, but he DNF'd, basically. But we have Charles Bertrand, Josh Brooks, and Jack Olivier is looking up. Josh Brooks is right behind him. Charles Bertrand Still there. Still looking quite nicely. Filmster 1 minute 37 seconds behind, so it's only the battle between those three. Nobody else will get that sweet podium unless somebody will DNF. Oh, Josh Brooks still thinking I can get Jack there. I don't think they will pit again, but Jack probably should. He's not going to keep those tires. There's no way. I will check if he made 2 pit stops. I think he's only on 1 pit stop, and he was on options both. Josh Brooks right behind Jack, 6 tenths. Charles Bertrand 7 tenths. Oh! Charles Bertrand looking up, going straight ahead into Mirabeau Oit. Sorry, I just used the German pronunciation. Mirabeau Oit, and he's just going straight and losing the chance. So right now it's only a battle between Josh Brooks and Jack Oliver. Josh is really counting on that. He wanted to see Charles making a mistake, sadly, but he wanted to do it. And right now he is pressuring Jack. Jack has at least 2 cars in front of him. Josh has much more space to make decisions than Jack. Jack is on less fresh tires. He is in a worse position. Boltashu is making a lot of mistakes, so he might slow down Oliver. You never know. You never know. As Josh Brooks is still in the DRS reach. Yes, he is. And he is getting closer and closer to Jack Oliver, who is right now getting into the traffic. Let's hope. Not that I'm like against Jack, but I would love to see Josh fighting for the win. He is fighting for the win, but winning. So let's hope that Jack will get into the traffic. Oh, Boltashu making a smart move to avoiding the line. Behind the prime, slowing down Jack. This is what I'm saying. If Josh will get closer to Jack than Jack to the traffic, then they might be both slowed down. But if Jack will be slowed down by the traffic, then Josh will be having much more, time to make an action. Although the traffic is already cleared. Bertrand 25 seconds behind. I think he did a pit lane. He did a pit stop. He did another pit stop, and he's counting that the tires in the Josh's car going to give up. And Oliver is going to make a pit stop, right? Am I correct? Yeah, Brooks is on 3 pit stops. Jack is only on 1. And you can see, like, he did 2 pit stops more. Lock it up! Losing your control! Keeping it still! Josh is really desperate to force Oliver into making a mistake, but you never do that. Don't try to force Jack into a mistake, because probably you are going to make a mistake first. Jens was doing that. Jens was doing that a lot. And he was probably the one colliding with Jack more than Jack, with him. Yeah, Josh can still win this. Jack Oliver looking up. Josh Brooks trying to stay there. How long those tires can last? Although there's one bad news. Josh is not in the reach of DRS. He needs to keep up. It's much more aggressive in this section. As you can see. He wants to be in the DRS zone. But he's not yet, and he won't be. He won't be for this lap, I think. Yep. I am checking. It's not like obvious that you have 1 second behind when you open the DRS. Sometimes the detections on works strange here. We've seen Jack and Jens opening the DRS exactly at the same time in Turkey, I think. G751 lap behind, but you know, it's no shame. If you're gonna finish this race, 7 laps to go, you're still gonna achieve something, you know? You can say, oh, I did 45 laps of Monaco. This is quite tough. And it is. And it is. Just broke 7 tenths behind Jack Oliver. You can see he got like over 7 tenths in 1 lap. And you will see Jack Oliver locking up. You will see him. No. Ah, Jesus Christ, I thought that I gonna curse him. Not quite yet. No, I won't curse Jack, but I've seen him locking up quite often. Josh Brooks almost getting collected by a wall. He must be thinking, oh, I'm in so good position. Okay, Jack Oliver is trying to finish the race without the pit stop. Seven laps, there is no way Jack gonna pit. But those tires are not going to last much longer. He probably wants to have a challenge. Oh, but the Leibiak being stuck there, making both drivers to make an evasive actions. Oh, that might be a scary moment. Fellow River Racing driver almost ending chances for Josh. Although Jack Oliver locking up again, those tires are not going to last much longer. They are probably dead yet. As you can see, Josh is quite close, and he will be much closer after that section. Or he gave some space to Jack. He will probably attack in a couple of last laps. I think like 2 laps to go. Right now he's more waiting for Jack to make a mistake. So, you know, like if he's gonna unnecessarily push the car over the limit right now, you will just compromise your chances, right? Like, you make more opportunities to overtake, but at the same time, if you're just gonna make one vital mistake, lay back behind Prime. And this is what I said, Filmsters before. He wasn't nowhere before if you just saw him, like, you know, being collided, going to pit stops and so on. But since we saw Brooks 5 times behind Jack, quite close right now, keeping it good and clean in the Massenet corner, Casino corner right now, and we go to Mirabeau Haute. Jack Olivier locking up, so Josh is closing by, but he's not going to overtake. He is not going to overtake here. He knows that, you know, like Alonso was trying probably with Heidfeld, I think, and they just hit in 2008. Okay, so Jack Olivier here. But what I was going to say, Filmster is the driver, you know, like, he just uses the chances he has given. He just keep his pace. He tries to make as little mistake as possible, and he's there. So it's good to see Jake on P4 again, and Josh Brooks still behind Jack Oliver. I am 100% sure Josh will be watching that replay today. He will be watching this stream after the race, because this is legendary. He's right behind Jack Oliver, going to the inside line, because in the other case they would collide, he would rear-end him. You don't want to rear-end anyone here. You need to win cleanly. You need to win without any chances. I kinda, you know, like, imagine if Josh would finish less than 5 seconds and would get 5 seconds for the collision with Bertrand. if he managed to do that, he would lose the win. I don't want to see that happen. Maybe, hopefully, it won't get reported. Oliver locking up! They're almost hitting each other again. Yeah, the track is more challenging over tires. I agree with you, Jens. The bumps are looking quite deadly, and I can imagine that, you know, it makes you being, you know, like fighting with every bump, with each bump to control the car, especially in this section. Jag losing a rear again. And yeah, as you can see, the bumps are quite heavy, and this is not a porpoising. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Lord. No, don't collide, please, guys. 3 laps to go. Josh Brooks is looking for an opportunity for an opening into Jag's lines, but Jag is quite defending, but he's locking up also. Philip Bauer getting a position P6 right now over Matty Leibach. Matty Leibach 2 times behind him, but we will stay with Josh Brooks and Jack Oliver. Yeah, I know that they are unrealistic. It doesn't look like this in real life, but in some cases it's fun. Oh, Jack locking up! Josh almost losing it. He was trying to keep the car behind Jack, but probably seeing Jack losing the rear is not making the job better. Come on, Josh, you can do it! Ah, Olivier losing a rear again. Is, you know, like, you can feel that he has no tires. Brooks trying to, you know, overtake him, and he goes for an opportunity side by side. Oh no, it's going to end badly. Not yet. They're still going side by side to the Grand Hotel. Oh, Jack Oliver in the front. Josh Brooks trying to follow the line, stay to the inside, but not yet. Josh, stay focused. You can still do it. Bertrand achieving his fastest time, probably the fastest time of the race. Oh, Josh Brooks locking up. Oh, Josh Brooks has spun. No, he managed to keep the car under the control, but it's less than 2 laps to go, and Jack Oliver is having the advantage. 1.6 seconds. George Brooks knew that he needs to make a move, but it might be crucial. Although, as you can see, Jack Oliver is also struggling. He's nowhere fast as he was in the beginning, obviously, because he didn't pit. But oh, holy moly guacamole! This is something. No DRS from Josh, so he really needs to work for that. But as you can see, Jack is slower in this section. He is slower, so maybe keeping a bigger gap might be more beneficial for Josh, because before he was able to get closer, but Jack was quite defending. Right now, if he's gonna be behind, maybe Jack will lock up, and then he will use much more, you know, space to overtake. I don't know if it's probably not going to overtake him, but this is the last lap. This is the last lap to go, and we are going to the tunnel section. Josh Brooks behind him, Philip Bauer pretty close to Bjarne Prine, but we are not going to show that battle as we are with Josh Brooks right now, still looking for an opportunity to overtake Jack. Let's go through this camera. Josh Brooks still there, less than 1 second, so he will go for Last more shot for a win. Into the DRS zone. The DRS is open. Jack doesn't have DRS. Josh Brooks is closing, but not quite yet. They're approaching Saint Devot. Josh Brooks is there. But Jack is quite defending. This is the final lap and they are still going. Josh Brooks is going for any chance possible, but Jack will be defending hard. He's defending on the Grand Hotel corner. Josh probably will go for a dive in the Nouvelle Chicane because this is probably the only opportunity he has right now. Everything you've got, Josh, push. Everything you have, Jack, defend. Come on, just give it a go. Make it a show. 2 attempts behind. Josh Brooks looking for an opportunity. Jack is looking up. Jack is spinning. Jack is spinning on the last lap on his own. Josh Brooks is leading. Oh my God, this is so good. This is so good. Let's go. Oh, keep it going, Josh. Jack 5 seconds behind. If yes, it's 5 seconds. So any penalty can make Josh win anyway. I think. It might be 2 times. It might be a matter of 3 times. But if Josh will get a penalty, he might not win it. Although, let's see. Will it be 5 seconds? It's less than 5 seconds. So if Josh will get any penalty because he was involved in the incident with Chapetron, he might lose it. But Josh Brooks is winning the race. He is winning the Monaco Grand Prix right now. Jack Oliveira is P2. Chapetron behind. P3. This is extremely good. Let's go. River is back, baby. River is back. Let's go! Chapetron, let's go! Bertrand spinning on the pit lane. Going behind there. It's good effort, Charles. Good effort. You didn't win. You didn't got P2. But nicely done. P3 is also a very solid result. You are there, man. You are there. And Jake Finster on P4 going to get, you know, the chance of being the best of the rest. I'm just, you know, like speechless. This is the part of the race. Let's go! Let's go, Filmster! Oh, this is good. P4, Filmster, congratulations. You did. Voltasher P10. Ben Hayes P7, Bauer P6. Solid result. Banner Prime P5, Layback P8, Bonavent P9. Woo! Come on. That was good. G750 yet to finish the race. Okay, let me go to the channel. Let's go! Come on, guys!
Oh yeah, track limit.
Let's go!
No, I didn't cut at all.
Let's go! Whew! That was something. That was something. Thank you for the race.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you did it, Josh.
Oh, that was amazing.
Come on, that was good. Like battle between Charles, Josh, and Jack, legendary.
Yeah, Charles and me, myself at the start of the race, that was insane. And Jack for the last 15 laps was absolute chaos.
That was good.
Amazing.
I lost my voice. I was
so
screaming
happy
inside.
to have won that.
Battle for 5th.
Yeah, I was also
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was also. I was showing some of those battles, but you know, like the ending phase of the race was much more important for like the win. So I just kept notifying what is happening, but I stopped showing it 10 laps to go. But
You should have seen me battling the car.
I've seen you getting stuck into the wall. I also, I think, I've seen Ben Hayes and
You saw
G.
our last battle?
I seen somebody being like sticking the front wing to the asphalt and being
Oh
like.
no, I went through the map.
Yeah. So I saw that. I was like,
below
what?
Below it.
Yeah, I saw somebody being just like, you know, like stuck.
I think that was Ben. I went over him and over the fence.
So how was the
That
race? How did you
great.
enjoy the race, guys? Just let me through it. I'm asking
my
everyone
God.
because that was
Oh,
something.
dude, I loved it. I pulled off 1 or 2 moves on people going up the hill into the third corner. Just generally following people, racing with people. It was just so much fun. Once you got used to the track, like I think we got to look into or just use a different Monaco. But overall, I found the racing to be super good fun with Bjarne Prien and Philip Bauer especially.
And with
for the
Jake was
P5.
also good at some point.
Yeah, that was good with Jake. I never got too close because I managed to fuck it up. But even though I had a few crashes and I fell down to 8th, still I was really happy with how that was. It was just fun.
Jake was also good.
But
P4.
challenging, but so challenging. It didn't need to be that challenging, but it ended up being like that.
Yeah, Josh, you have an opportunity to say something because you don't often see.
I have many things to say. I say thank you to Charles for the battle early on in the race. Thank you to Jack for the battle late on. That was insane. I mean, Jack on the one stop. I knew I'd have to pass him on track later on.
Now imagine the mod would actually been good.
He was all
That would have
over the
been
place on the tires. So
even better race, I think.
Yeah.
It's I'm changing the overlay because it was AF1 for some reason.
Jack was insane on that race. In that race, I don't know how he managed to do a one stop. But that was his race to win. He would have won that one if it hadn't been for that tiny thing at the end. I clipped that a few times in practice, and I came close so many times in the race. It's oh man.
Josh, you will be probably rewatching that moment of the stream like a couple of times because
I might need to. Yeah, I might need to.
I was just getting
so long since I've won a race. This feels so good.
Yeah.
No idea. And of course, I then therefore have to say, River is back.
Also, what happened between you and Charles because you collided after I think Saint-Devote and
it's about lap 9. Charles lost the back end on the exit of Saint-Devote.
Okay.
And I ended up having to pull alongside, and it was like I was alongside early enough, but he was like just less than a car's width.
Okay, because I was like thinking if it was on you, you might be. Not winning it, but if you say so, because like it's sometimes hard to see it.
It's really funny if he didn't win.
Yeah, but it's more depressing that Jack finished like 4.9 seconds behind you. So if you get any penalty for that, you would lose by 1/10, which would be
Barry moment.
I'm kidding.
What if it's 2 seconds?
Yeah, but
Freddy Slater moment.
But I don't want to take it away from you. I'm just saying
Thanks. One time I win. Oh, he might lose it for a penalty.
No, but like still, you did it
on.
on track, Josh. You did it on track. It was amazing.
We joke a lot that Jack gets a lot of luck, but today I really, really did get a lot of luck because on the slowdown lap after the race, I got to Mirabeau and my screen went black on my VR and it said increase room brightness. Half a lap earlier, that would have been me done. I am so thankful for all of that. That was insane.
That was the best race of the season, I think. Honestly.
No.
To commentate that, obvious, it was like I don't know how it was for the driver, but for like me commentating, I don't remember myself like just being on the verge of like passing out.
It took a lot of. I was on the edge of passing out myself.
I know. I was saying it's quite physical and
I am also
mentally
on the edge of
challenging.
passing out because I am hungry, so I will go have lunch.
Yeah, it took a lot more practice than other tracks this season.
I have a suggestion.
Fast level.
Because Josh was speaking about practice, I remember something.
Yeah.
Can you announce AF2?
No.
Why?
Not yet, but I can say that we have it under work, and it should
Matthew
be.
said, I think yesterday, or someone said yesterday. Or the other
Yeah,
day.
We have some pretty solid ideas. You will be happy about.
Ready to launch. They're not ready to launch yet.
We know it's 21st of May in single class.
Yes, that's all we can say. But you're gonna be happy.
Is it at least something close to a prototype?
I don't know. I cannot say now. So, just wait. We're gonna announce it soon. But thank you guys. That was amazing. Hold
on. A couple of post-race penalties. How did Ben Hayes get a 6-second time penalty for track limits? Same for Alex Boltashu, but
but you didn't get any.
No, I didn't get any. I didn't leave the track once.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like on the Nouvelle Chicane, it was like almost
Yeah, I was
perfect.
so close. Yeah, I was so close to be losing it. 3 laps from the end, I was like, okay, it's over.
Yeah, I saw you
I know
like
I'm
going
faster.
left, right, and I was like, no, no, no. But that was good. Like, the battle was
He actually made a
insane.
lot more sausage on the Nouvelle chicane than I could. I don't know how he was able to do it.
So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jack. Thank
That's
you
not an
all.
insult, I promise.
All here. That was amazing. Also, thank you, Jens, for giving some, intense moments at the beginning before you left. But that was good.
No, it wasn't.
For watching I was enjoying it. So
It was good once you got used to the bumps.
it was good showing G once in the stream saying he's 1 minute behind.
You really couldn't like depend on it. I just did the exact same 2 times as I did every other lap, and I just randomly spun because it decides to do anything you want.
Yeah, the first chicane, like when you hit the bump in the wrong way, like I did the other Rosberg, where you brake on the crest and then slide into the barriers like 4
No,
times.
but that's driver mistake. Like in turn 1, I don't know what the fuck I did wrong. It just randomly went, same as the corner after the chicane. It's just randomness because of the awful bumps.
Okay, guys,
I
thank
don't know,
you.
like 50 other
I'll be
laps I
going
did,
up,
obviously.
but thank you for being at the interviews, for providing a nice racing. It was fun. It was extremely fun to watch. I don't know if it was fun to race, but it was.
It was fun.
It was a lot of.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So with it, I'll be ending the stream soon. I will just cover what is coming up next, which is AF Stewart meeting first. Then we will have, which is on Monday. Then we'll have AF3. Yes, it is. No, it is not. It's a 1 week break, and we are going to Orchard Central in 2 weeks. So there's no race for AF3 right now. The next race we're gonna have will be AF4, obviously. Haref, 23rd of April. Tor Poznań was extremely fun to race and probably nice to watch. There were some battles. I was involved in one of them with KSA and Bushi, so it was good. So let's hope that Haref gonna be as good as it was in Poznań. So this is coming up next in Saturday, and before that it will be an exhibition race. It is 14-15 UTC for exhibition and 15 UTC for the race. Then we will have AF1 on Sunday. No, it's not. We are having 1 week break. So the next AF1 race will be at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, which is Canada, Montreal. And it's 1st of May, 17 UTC. So stay tuned for that. So next week gonna be only AF4 week. So it's quite empty in events happening. But, AF4 should be entertaining. And hopefully we will see you soon. So thank you for joining. Thank you for enjoying. Thank you for seeing me losing my voice. That was good. Good night. Good evening. Have fun.